Welcome to For Love and Play. I'm matchmaker comic El Meisel. With me is comedians Keenan Weaver and Louie B. For Love and Play, the show about dating like a goddamn adult. We're going to discuss who to spend your time with for love or for play. Let's do it, boys.
This show contains adult content for entertainment purposes. Listener discretion is advised.
Not a doctor.
Oh man, I'm excited for this episode. I'm Keenan Weaver. Here with me is the whole gang, Louie and Yael.
Yo.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
This episode is going to be great. We're going to talk about the state of modern dating, just the whole evolution of dating, what's successful in relationships, the whole open relationship thing. Does the one really exist? We're just going to really get into just the evolution of dating. But first, I want to backtrack because I feel like last episode we were so excited, we kind of just jumped right into the conversation. So I want to backtrack and get a more philosophy of the show. And Yael, you put this whole thing together. What sparked you to put the show together?
Well, I wanted to put this show together because we all go through things in dating, and we need to date people really who mirror our own desires. We need to find ourselves in relationship situations that actually make sense for us on an individual level. Like after my divorce, I noticed at the beginning of the relationship that turned into a marriage, there were so many terrible mistakes that I made that were actually avoidable. If things are going to be fixed, they're really only fixable at the beginning of the courtship, and that's assuming they can be fixed. We're not necessarily here to give advice, but to more share with you as we all kind of maneuver ourselves in the dating journey. Like, the funny thing is, as a matchmaker, if I were working with me at the beginning of the courtship with my marriage, I would have slapped this bitch in the face and told her to go see a psychiatrist. I've been like, that would be what you should probably do. Like, you need to fix you before you find a man.
Slap.
Yeah, I find that interesting because for some reason we always could see everybody else's problems when we're on the outside, and then we can't recognize them at all when we're in the inside. When we're in it, when we're in the thick of it, we're for some reason turn a blind eye.
It's like John Legend says it best. We're in the thick of love. Really.
That is it. I mean, I as a comic, I like to talk about like relationships. And that's what I hope to bring to this show is just I'm good at observing other people. A lot of people are on dates when they come to my show. I play with them. I love interacting with the crowd. And I learn different things. And I hope to bring those same type of observations to the show, but also realize that I got my own problems. What about you, Louie? What do you think you're going to get out of this show and maybe hope the change of dating?
Well, I just want to expose the uneven bullshit, honestly.
Uneven? Like
uneven
inequality are you speaking of?
Yeah, there is certain equality. It's like, alright, like some chicks bring absolutely dick to the table, and they
So why hate that?
That's transgender. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's probably my problem. I failed biology in high school. So no, they bring absolutely nothing to the table, but expect you to earn $100,000 and you know. Yeah.
I mean, I do have to.
Shots fired.
Definitely shots fired. I somewhat agree and someone don't agree. I would say that there's definitely inequality between men and women. Men have an advantage in the workforce and outside
not
structures
so much.
of life, and women have the advantage in relationships. So at the end, it balances out. That's not
true anymore, Keenan. That's not true anymore. There are more women in colleges. There are more women in positions of power in
the education of women and women going to college.
I mean, no, but women are earning more than men nowadays. So I mean, it's
damn straight.
All right then.
So if they're earning more, what's the whole 70 cents to the dollar campaign that's going on?
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's been okay. Gotta be careful. Like it's bullshit because it doesn't take into account when women take off to have babies. It doesn't take into account that there are certain fields that there are no women.
I know. Okay. I work in two of them.
that brings up a whole interesting thing. So while women has rightfully so made great strides that they shouldn't even been oppressed from in the first place in the workforce and things of that nature,
I plead the fifth.
The evolution of dating has changed, right? Like how do you see the evolution of dating overall?
Like, okay.
How do I see it?
Yeah, like from the 50s. How was dating in the 50s to now?
So back in the 50s, no one really gave a shit about any of the issues that we care about now. The gays the gays in the transgender community were in no way, shape, or form not relevant. You basically graduated high school, graduated college. That's if you went to college, and you got married, and you stay married, and you went to church on Sunday, you went to temple or shul on Saturday, and that was it, and you had children. And then I think the evolution changed on its way into the 60s, where people freed up their thinking a little bit more. But again, you still had that congealed family unit mindset. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that pretty much has remained consistent. We started seeing more divorces in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and somewhere near the end of the 90s is when I think marriage kind of stopped. People are still getting married, yes, but
not as that goal, that family structure that it was in the 50s, right? That's what you're saying.
Now this is about me and who's going to make me happy. Like, if I do this shit, it's got to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think you're right. In the 90s, it kind of became very self-servient. I know for me as a black male, I think dating was the best. Now, I was born in 84, but I still believe dating was the best in the 70s, especially in the black community, because we had rights and crack didn't come out yet. So it was just an amazing time. Everybody was in shape. We took care of ourselves. Now, not so much.
Well, I mean, so that's something that I think where people are still at a standstill is what does, longevity material look like, whether, you know what I mean? And what does not longevity material look like?
Okay, so, but what is
and is it making sense? Are the people you go out with, for whatever those intentions are, does it make sense?
So what is a successful relationship look like then? And is the goal always marriage?
I mean, God, I hope so, in terms of just, building community, family structure, stability with children and taxes, for crying out loud. Why would you give Uncle Sam more money than you have to? However, no, not necessarily. Go ahead.
I agree with the not necessary, because I have to tell you, I oppose marriage 100%. And the whole family... I know, I just oppose people getting into those type, like, why married? Like, I don't care what the relationship dynamic is. I oppose the institution of marriage.
Okay.
And as far as, like, the family, I don't really feel the need to procreate, because there's way too many people. I'm 6'2", but very slender, and I can't even walk on the sidewalks of New York City. It's just too overpopulated. We need to take a good, 5-year break where no one has babies, I think.
Actually, there was this movie, back in the 70s called the ZPG, Zero Population Growth, and it talked about an Earth where it was so overpopulated that a world government was formed to stop people from procreating for 30 years.
For 30 years? I think that I have to check this. Yeah, that's a good idea.
ZPG. Yeah, it's required watching for every conspiracy theorist that's against the New World Order.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'll definitely check this out.
Also known as the Jewish Conspiracy. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. The Political Action Committee, right?
Yeah. The people against the ethical treatment of the Goyim.
If they're behind it, then I'm for it. They do a lot of things right, and I'm trying to get an agent who, since I care about my career, has to be Jewish.
Right. Well, I'm going to do the best I can, gentlemen.
I'm going to get a Scientologist.
Or Goldberg. I'll do my best.
Yeah. I'm going to get me a Scientologist, so that way I know my career is going to be fantabulous.
Why? They know how to spend money, not make it. Why would you do that?
That is it. So that you can be $100,000 and you can get your date, right, Louis?
$100,000. What?
That's what you want to make. So
well, that's the thing. I'm against spending more than $40 on a date.
More than 40? What's the philosophy behind that? Is it because you don't really make $50, or is it?
It's more like, you know, especially when girls, you know, hold their pussy up like for ransom, like it's some like a fucking ISIS.
Let me ask, like, straight. Okay, don't even give me an actual number. You can say in between the this and this. All right. Between which numbers are women giving you the PUSSY for nothing on the first date? Let's tell the truth. How often does this happen for either one of you?
It's like okay, the last date I was on, she was gonna give it up, but when
that didn't happen. So which out of the ones that did?
Well, no. I'm trying to tell you, it would have happened, but I checked her oil and it was kind of spoiled. It's spoiled.
You definitely got to step back from that one.
Okay, so there's okay, so basically that brings us up to one maybe. Okay, and
you like, honestly, I feel like, you know, it's like, okay, I'm spending all this money. Like, this is a joke that I said. Why is it
money? $40 is your cutoff.
$40.
This money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, all this money. We're in a bad economy, yo.
Mm-hmm. I think
I disagree, but go ahead.
I don't got time to be messing around. If, like, okay, she's not serious. All right, move on. You just want to be friends.
You don't realize that women is an investment. The right relationship is an investment, Louis. You know,
like, okay, look, I would understand spending $100 on an Xbox, but not on a depreciating asset as pussy.
Yeah, the Xbox depreciates as well.
Yeah, but you know, you get more use out the Xbox. You get multiplayer. You get multiplayer with.
That's why
you got
the end for days.
Okay, you get multiplayer with an Xbox. You don't get multiplayer with most females.
You can if you bring it up to them.
Yeah, but then they look at you like you a fucking AIDS magnet.
Keenan.
Yeah. I can't what?
You can maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had multiplayer games with women.
Yeah, but I'm an atrocious looking fucking bent over moose looking motherfucker.
That doesn't matter. They don't care about
I would be lucky. I would be lucky if I get a
inside.
chick with Down syndrome at this point.
No, Keenan, that is 100% wrong. Women to me, listen, I'm going to tell you two things as a matchmaker that I hear every single day. Right now, my matchmaking network is closed. It's closed. The cases that I have on deck, that's what I'm working on. Nobody knew. Not right now. I will tell you this.
Imagine she flies in a helicopter with Tom Selleck for her cases.
The most common complaint from women is he looks old. He didn't smell good. He's not thin. Guys bitch about the size of women all the time. She's too chunky. She's too this. I'm like, shit, she's size 6. I don't even know what to tell you.
But that's what I'm saying.
That appearance doesn't matter. I've had women ask me, out of the men they're being set up with, is it wrong of me to take him? Like, shit, can I come over with so-and-so and can we have a Mary Kay consultation and he can hear this shit from you and not me? Because women want, just like men want something pretty, so do women.
Yep.
I agree that there's attractiveness.
I can tell you how many big girls come to me and they want to date guys that look like Matthew McConaughey, and what the fuck am I supposed to say?
You know how many times?
That's really my point. My point is, I agree that there's always a level of attractiveness that plays in, but women are better in this regard. That men only really care about your physical appearance. And in a general sense, we'll turn down whoever isn't physically appearing to us. Where women, like you said, a man of any stature, if he's clean, if he has nice cologne, if he knows how to dress well, those are all things that a man can fix. All you got to do is meet her halfway and dress nice and put on a
that
cologne
is such bullshit, Keenan.
Not.
That is bullshit. You know that's bullshit. Like, speaking as someone that has been hooked up on blind dates, and then I went to meet the girl, and the girl looks at me like, holy shit, who the fuck is this chupacabra?
So what did you wear? What did you wear to that blind date?
Wear the date.
Did you wear the all black plaid that I first met you in, or Tell me what your attire was for the blind date.
Louie and I, the first time Louie and I got together to discuss business and to discuss working together, he was dressed the way you should dress on a first date. So when it was coming to meet me, you looked like a gentleman. I want to just throw that out there. You know, I was. Let's be frank.
I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, ugh. Okay, this is the best we're gonna do today.
But that's the start of the problem. You should wake up and look in the mirror and say, "Damn, that's a sexy mofo. I'm about to go bag whoever I want." And when you walk out with that confidence, that's what exudes, and that's what attracts women.
Dude, chicks have told me that I have too much confidence. That I like, who the fuck am I to have so much confidence? I'm like, what the fuck?
That is a woman compliment. Women don't know how to give compliments, so they say those little sly stuff that gives you the chance to play with the ball. That's what I keep telling you. You take the ball.
Like I don't even approach women anymore because I'm aware of my own creepiness.
Again, that's what you're walking out. You're walking out with creepiness instead of gentlemanness.
Yeah.
Right. No, I'm telling you, you're going to attract a lot more bears with sugar than you are with
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get the job so that way I can afford some sugar. Because that's all that's the only thing really real women care about is the green.
Well, but you live in Williamsburg, so you got to make sure it's gluten free and all of that. Like,
yeah.
No,
organic.
Let me tell you something, especially since the recession. There is this ridiculous concept, and I'm saying ridiculous because it is horse shit.
Mm-hmm.
The recession taught people a very valuable lesson, that there are people who are going to be affected by it, and then there are people who are not going to be affected by it. Women respect a man who knows how to bring in money. If that is something that he does with a degree, that's fine. But I'm saying it's less of a priority, that piece of paper. And for the women that it is, those are the women who basically went out and got a degree themselves, and they want someone on equal level of education.
Which is a valid requirement.
Let me tell you something. There was a situation. You guys.
Mm-hmm.
This was one of those days where it was really shitty. It was a shitty day in the job of a matchmaker. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Old friend of mine who's beautiful, she's talented, she's sexy, she is legit a model, was dating a doctor. He has got leaps and bounds, and he's younger than her, leaps and bounds of education in between. She was so excited, and I'm just listening to this, and my heart is like, oh, my stomach is churning. I'm like, maybe I'm wrong. Because every doctor that I've set up wants a girl at par with him academically. He wants to know he has as a woman he can match with. Usually someone who puts that level of focus on education isn't going to take someone unless they are a self-made something. Whatever it is, they are boom. Whether they're they built themselves a real estate brokerage, or they took this idea for a cafe and they turned it into a big deal. These guys are attracted to women who have done something huge because they look at themselves and they say to themselves, I've done something huge. I don't want to be the sun and you're the moon and you get to reflect my light. And men have been so specific with me that, and I've heard that analogy given to me by a dude more than once.
Okay.
The same analogy I just gave you.
Isn't that a valid requirement? See, here's my whole thing. When you talk about women always wanting a guy with money, that seems to be a very standard requirement across the board because that's how evolution goes.
Right.
But my problem with it is a lot of men want to call them gold diggers when it's just the same thing as the pride test with animals. Can they protect it? That's how money is protection now. My only thing is, do you also have? You can't require me to have a six-figure salary if you don't have a six-figure salary. If I'm the only one buying your Louis bags, and that's not your standard that you met me with, then we have a problem. But if I met you and that's your standard, then I gotta meet your standard.
If I could quote the late Patrice O'Neal, because he said this on when he was doing the Black Phillip show on XM Radio. He's like, men upgrade women. Like a king can upgrade a woman. A woman can upgrade a man. It's not like a queen. She can't marry a man and he becomes a king. He becomes like a duke or a lord. But a king, when he marries a woman, she becomes the queen.
Becomes the queen, right?
Right, but I don't think that that's upgrading specifically and financially. It's more about your mentality and her approach to life. It's upgrading her whole being. When a woman dates me, she becomes of my aura.
Yeah, but
I push that down.
But doesn't a queen, when she becomes a queen, get all the fancy jewelry or like the pudding?
That's an outwardly thing.
I'm just saying.
Becoming the queen has a lot more to do than just sitting next to that throne.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does. And believe me, when a guy is important and he considers himself a king and he is looking for his queen, he is judging women. Everything they do, it becomes something, a guy sees this on a far deeper level.
Yeah, I mean,
but he is looking for a girl that he knows he is going to share with in finances, in life, in luxury. I mean, I've had guys say to me, that are small-time millionaires, or they make, let's say, a couple $100,000 a year. I have a nice lifestyle that I am totally prepared to give someone. I want to give it to the right person. That is very big for men. They want to give. If they've got something to give, and believe me, ladies and gentlemen listening to this show, if someone is rich, they know they're rich. And rich people invest. They don't throw money in the garbage. If a man looks at you and he sees that, going out with you and doing this and this and this, it's not going to lead anywhere. In his mind, whether this is nice, it's pretty, it smells good, it doesn't matter. They do it every day. They're not investing in you.
Right. To oversimplify it, my approach to dating when I approach a female, if it's for longevity, the number one thing I look at is either, is this a woman who is going to drain money, or is this a woman that I can gain money? Mm-hmm. That is my ultimate red flag. If I can't, because I'm just an ambitious person. That's what I love to do. I just love to hustle.
You're a builder, a doer. You are one of those people that, even when, if you should have a little girl, she's gonna sell the shit out them Girl Scout cookies. Ain't nobody gonna match wits with little Rachel Weaver. You know what I mean?
That's my baby. That's my baby. I already
Rachel
know how stick in the game in Girl Scout cookie selling. I already love pride in that. So
actually, I kind of like Clarita Weaver. That sounds better than me.
I just think.
He would name a baby Lakeisha. He's getting Rachel.
I said Clarita Weaver, because you know he's marrying a Spanish chick.
I don't think so.
Oh, he's marrying a chick that's gonna cut him.
This down. Oh yeah.
A Spanish chick? I don't think. I definitely don't want to be cut. I have no problem with Spanish women other than that.
Yeah.
But for real, that's, you have to either respect my hustle and agree with it, because what you get is when there's a woman who doesn't, they say they want an ambitious man, but then when you're not home and you are putting in that work, then they complain.
You don't know what an ambitious man means.
Right, they just complain.
To work 70, 80 hours a week, especially if he's making huge money. This is a busy as shit person. If you are not equally as busy, you are going to become an annoyance to this busy person.
Yeah.
Not because you're annoying, because he literally has no free time. His time is delegated
I schedule dating in my calendar. I put it in the calendar that I have to go out and socialize.
Right. Absolutely.
If it's not in the calendar, it doesn't get done. That's just my philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, you actually reminded me of one of my god sisters, and she's having a tough time finding someone, because they're, and I'm gonna be real, there are not a lot of men that want to build anymore. And they know they're few. Let me tell you something. The dudes that want to build, they know they're few and far between, so they use that to their own advantage, because they're like, fuck it, there ain't a whole lot of me, and they know it. Mm-hmm.
No, you're right. They definitely know it. I oftentimes, in my more egotistical days,
let me finish real quick.
Refer to myself as a unicorn in this dating game.
Yeah, let me finish real quick. And she's the one that she has a degree in environmental protection. She has a good paying government job. She pays her own bills, and she's actually taught me some stuff on what to invest in and where to put my money and stuff, and how to actually build. She's like the type of chick that will be like, she's even told me, she's like, oh, if I get married, I was like, look, honey, you're the breadwinner, and we'll just use whatever I earn as retirement and build.
Well, that's a common structure that is a common structure in the finances that I've seen in marriages that I've set up, and in people that I've actually, I guess you could say, coached, for lack of a better word. Couples have come to me. I don't like to use the word counseling because I'm not a life coach. I'm not a counselor. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like that sounding board that helps y'all make the shit make sense. And I've helped people figure out their finances by co-sporting and how they can make more money. And now they actually do, live more harmonious.
Okay. So before we get into our our next segment, where we, talk to the people, let's close with one remark. I want Yael to tell me, in your experience of 10 years of matchmaking.
Almost 12, by the way. I'm going to be 31 in August. Yeah,
over 10 years of matchmaking. Over 10 years of matchmaking. What's the number one? If you could, build a bear, I want you to just tell me what's the number one request you get from a female wanting a man and a man wanting a woman. What's the two ideals look like?
Okay, you guys are gonna die on the floor. Okay, From the women, I'm talking all capacity: Mexican, Spanish, Asian, regular white, Jewish, black. I'm serious. Biggest request: every woman, they want a black man with the shit together, educated, no kids. If there is a kid, they leave the door open for acceptance. If there is a kid, no horse shit with mom. Child support where it needs to be. Women are giving more leverage, this is hysterical, to a black man, a good one, than they give to a white man or a Jewish man or a Muslim man, whatever, because this is what the ladies want. Women find African-American men extremely sexy.
I give up.
Because the other names you described are oppressive men, so that's why. Okay, so what about dudes?
Shit together, looks, normal, and they open the door for, crazy but not dangerous, fun, spunky.
Okay.
That's what the straight dudes want.
Well, now the listeners know it.
It's on that list, and people don't like that. But at the end of the day, I can't set you up with someone you don't want to bang till 6 o'clock in the morning. Why else would you come to me?
Okay.
You want to be?
So as we segue into the next segment, do you get anybody that comes to you to try to set them up with an open relationship?
Yeah, we turn those people down right away.
All right. Well, I think we got a great clip that we're going to talk about right now. Louis, you could bring that up.
Ready and go.
Yeah. So how did the whole open relationship discussion happen?
Having an open in between.
It was distance. Okay, we don't really want don't have to commit because of how far.
Yes, no. It was really.
It seems like a tough conversation to have, but y'all look like
no, not at all.
No.
I had an open relationship with my ex-girlfriend.
Okay. It would be a tough thing with.
So that's you. That's you.
Yeah.
This is all trickling down from your theory. You're pimping this. This is what I get. This is what I get.
She gets laid way more than me. Ask her when the last time she had sex with somebody other than me was.
Okay.
Ask her.
No, I'm not going to. Sunday.
Okay, listen, you're only in town for a short visit. You know what?
Ready?
All right. Okay. Should I begin with this one, or is there anything anyone else has to say first?
Okay. let me hold her back because she's ready to pounce.
Get her.
I'm ready to.
This was a great couple. We had a wonderful conversation. Talked for maybe 20 minutes out in the village, and I thought that this is one of the happiest couples that I've ever seen.
Horse shit.
Okay.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we all got to know that there are people in this world that have game. There are those who don't. This man has got about as much game, less game than my children playing some soccer. Okay. They're not good at soccer yet. Anyway, so this is hysterical. I would say he complies with it. I don't think he's pimping anybody. He's in an open relationship. This woman has all the power in this relationship because she feeds him on an emotional level first, because she gives him her attention. Even from afar, she gives him her attention. So she keeps him engaged while she does whatever the shit he wants. I would say, yeah, he probably gets laid here and there. But to say this is an open relationship and he's okay with it, I don't believe that shit for 30 seconds.
Oh, no, because remember when I tried to hit on her? And I was like, I was joking. I'm like, okay, 10 minutes. And he was like, no. Like, every 5 seconds, he was kissing her on her head, like, holding her hand.
I can't believe I saw something completely different. I just saw them truly enjoying each other's time and space. That's all I didn't see. Most guys, and I get this a lot, all right? Especially when I'm on stage. You know, the dates come, the dudes come with their ladies, and I'm sitting there making their woman laugh. And you can see when the dude gets territorial and jealous because I'm tickling a funny bone that he can't really...
He can't tickle.
So they always get protective. They put the extra arm around them after the show when they're all coming and saying, "Oh yeah, man, you were so great, you were funny, I really enjoyed it." And the women are really coming up asking to follow me on Twitter and stuff like that. Oh. You can see the dude will pull the arm away, grab their arm. Like I can tell when a guy's being territorial, and I didn't get this from this guy. And to combat what you said, that she has the power and he's just going along with it. How do you...
That was the vibe I got.
That's what I'm asking. How do you explain him saying he started the open relationship for his prior relationship from the prior one? So that's two. It's not just this one.
Because, like, he doesn't have any self-confidence. I didn't get the impression this is an overly confident person, okay? I feel like he takes what he can get. He takes what finds him cute. You know what I mean? Hands down. This girl that he had on his arm, she was, you know, a little bit sassy Latino with like what was it, like green or blue hair.
It was like,
so I mean, she's a firecracker, a social butterfly, and where she lacked maybe a little bit in looks, because she wasn't a hottie toddy, but she was cute. I would say where she lacks in looks, and ladies, I'm no beauty queen either. I'm just saying she makes up for it in her openness and her personality. And I'll tell you this much: should she find somebody that she wants to be with that does require commitment out of her, she's going to comply and drop this guy like a sack of bricks. She would never. I'm saying it's a mismatch, even down to personality. It's a mismatch because we learned later in the conversation she was essentially here to see him, like they are staying together. And while here, she had sexual encounters with other gentlemen, and as soon as we discussed that in that interview, he got pissed.
Okay.
He got pissed.
I mean,
relationship, isn't that supposed to be cool?
Yeah.
It definitely should be cool. I think one thing that we miss is as you described him, and it goes back to what I said earlier, the appearance of a man isn't the number one priority for women. And if he is pulling two open relationships, this is what I'm telling Louis, you can do it. It's all in your mindset. And Yale just said he didn't exude confidence either. But to me, he seemed to have at least his best foot forward.
His best foot forward, but I think that he looks at it like this. In my humble opinion, I think people tend to simplify their life, where he's like, okay, you know what? If I want to be with a person that does this and this and this, and I think everybody gets there at some point in their life or another, where it's like, okay, I need someone who does this and this, or you know what I mean? You have to take the good with the bad. In my opinion, in this particular situation, this is how he's able to date the type of person he wants to date, and he's complying with this particular demand. If I had to pick him apart himself, that would be my brief synopsis.
I mean, if that's a comply, if he's complying, I need to figure it out.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't stand for that fuckery at all. I'm like, oh, well, I don't want a commitment. I just want to fuck around. Cause, okay, mind you, I was I don't know, seeing, because we weren't even dating. We were just hanging out a lot, and she would she said, well, she first started off as a friend zone, and then I was like, okay, fine, we'll just be friends. We'll hang out.
Wait a minute, you got out of the friend zone?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Oh, I was getting excited. My eyebrow was raising as you were talking. I was like, oh, he got out the friend zone.
No. I think I got. Well, actually, I did get out the friend zone and entered the mortal enemy zone.
That's backwards.
Yeah.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
you two kind of hang out a little bit, your friend zone. For a second, she like revisits the idea of taking you out of the friend zone. Shit goes down. Now she hates. Correct?
Well, yeah, kind of, sort of, because when we first started hanging out, we were, doing stuff, and then she's like, look, I just want to be friends. And I'm like, okay, fine. The moment I show interest at another, two other chicks, and basically all I did was comment with like, wow, they're really pretty. Like, after we left the bar, she was pissed off. She's like, holy shit, how can you say you want to be with me and then show and talk about how pretty other girls are? I'm like, I'm a single man.
Right.
Like, what
True.
do you want?
This is a bitch that's about drama, though. This is a shit starter, a troublemaker. I wouldn't say that this is probably a lady that you would have to, because like women have to be clear, all right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're complying with somebody, like if it's an open relation, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You comply.
Here's my move for the friend zone, because that situation happens a lot when you're truly in the friend zone, where the woman is actually just sopping up your attention for herself and her own ego, and then you're complying with it. My move for the friend zone is always, if you're put in the friend zone, make sure that you use her as a wingman. That's it.
Right.
You go, all right, we're friends. I like this girl. Come over here. Help me talk with her. Introduce us. Do like always. Ask about her friends. Do all of that. Just
Don't
be an asshole. Just go. Let them deal with their own, because they're putting themselves in that own predicament. And I would say it's a 50-50 chance you get out the friend zone, because when they finally see that you have desires elsewhere, they either try to reel you in with vagina, which is the number one Trump move for women, or then the friendship ends.
Either that, or
this
one thing she used to do was she would do like secret tests. Like we were in a coffee bar after we were doing open mics, and we were at this coffee bar, and this chick approached me and started talking to me. This chick got pissed off and ran out of the coffee bar and started cursing me out.
Yeah, you can't stand for that. First of all, if she ran out the coffee bar, you should have stayed in the coffee talking to whoever approached you.
Yeah.
You stayed in, and I mean for as long as the conversation goes. Like, as long as that girl really wanted your attention, you stay in it. Then, when you finally meet the friend again, and she's trying to curse you out, you need to just stop that. Like, no, that's not what's happening, because we're not in a relationship, and I'm gonna do what I want to do because I'm a single man. You gotta put your foot down.
Yeah, I did. And she's like, oh, you just want to fuck her, and you say you say you like me, you say you love me, and all this, and
Okay, wait a second, hold on. Did you say you liked her and you loved her?
Yes.
Okay, hold on, don't speak.
Mm-hmm.
Did she shoot you down?
That's kind of.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
Okay, not done.
Mm-hmm.
She said no. That's it.
Yep.
Lady, listen to me, please, and believe the words coming out my mouth, because I suffer alongside you, for Christ's sake. Once you shot the guy down,
mm-hmm.
in his mind, men and women, and we need to discuss this,
mm-hmm.
men and women handle rejection differently. If a dude has feelings for you, okay, he thinks you're awesome, he likes hanging out with you, you're a girl, he could turn into a girlfriend, you're sexy, you're hot, he wants to F you, he respects all that off shit, all right? Friend zone this dude, all right? You don't want to bang him. Anyone we don't want to bang, that's the friend zone. I think that's really it.
Yep.
Yeah, the friend zone is other things too, but like sex out the question, you living in the friend zone. Okay.
Right.
You can never expect this guy, when he has been told and respect that you don't want to be with him, to not, now it's that in his mind, it's over. Okay, like I'm not going to chase after dudes don't bark up the wrong tree, not often. Women, God help us ladies, we do this shit all the time. We hope that something will happen and it's never gonna. Men don't do that. Once you've said no, he believed you. He believed you.
Oh, you want to hear it
moved
worse?
on.
You want to hear something worse? She would do the yo-yo thing with me, like, cause after that whole thing, she's like, God damn it, I want to be with you. I want you. You know, I care about you. I want to date you. And then I'm like, okay, like, that was after I said, like, look, I'm gonna look at other opportunities. You just said you wanted to be friends, and this, like, she's like, oh, I wanted you to come for me. It was a test. I'm like, secret test and shit.
Well, then screw her.
Yeah.
Who in the shit are you in 2015? Who in the hell are you to be throwing tests at anybody?
I hate women doing these tests. I fail them on purpose. I fail them on purpose. When I sniff a test, I do the utmost worst case scenario for this test ever. They gotta learn to stop doing these tests.
If you're here to play games, swipe fucking left. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you're testing somebody, then you don't ever answer the phone to this itch again.
Yeah.
Never.
Are
Done.
you still in contact with this woman?
Oh no, we haven't spoken in a year. In fact, I think that's part of the reason why my comedy career is. But no, like,
no,
you know,
don't date people in the industry.
Yeah.
Don't date. No.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Here's the kicker.
Bad idea.
Here's the kicker.
To be in heaven and the stars and shit.
Mhm.
Do not seek out another.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. So it's like, look, I'm gonna pursue other opportunities, but because I'm a single man, then fucking claim me. And then she's like, okay, fine, let's start dating. So okay, next day we're on an official date.
We're on a date, right?
We're on an official date. Freaking
$40 is the limit.
Actually, I spent a little more, but
you fell in love.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Look at this bitch. He spent more. Yeah, go ahead.
Keep going.
So 2 hours into it, we're eating dinner. I think I made a mistake. I don't think we should be dating. I wanted to reach over the table and beat the fucking mental illness out of her.
You ask the waitress for the check. You quickly pay it, wrap it up, and leave.
Yeah.
At that, dude, and I'm telling you, and I will rip a dude a new bind when it comes to chivalry, because it very much should be alive, at least on some level. Like, we can reform it a little bit. It just can't be dead. But once she made her intentions known, then that's a breakup dinner. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've walked out on dates many times. I walk out
like
all the time.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't got time to waste. If it's not going where I think it should be going, and I'm not just saying, the one night stand is gonna happen. I just leave.
Oh, dude. It's like, if you're going to break up with a chick and it's brand new, you know, you've only gone out, I would say, under 10 times. Doing it over the phone is 100% permissible. 100%.
Yeah.
You do not need to break up with a girl you've seen less than 10 times in person. Absolutely not. Is a text message okay? No. Not for the delivery of the information. No.
Yeah.
However, you can give a suggestive text message. Could you and I set up a time to discuss something that I feel is important at, like, 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, but especially if you've been out under 10 times, do not break up with this person.
I would say above 5 times and between 10, you should definitely call. The text message is not it. But if it's under 5 times, I like to use a meme for my breakups. It's a nice way of saying F you with a little joke and a twist at the end that softens the blow. Memes are great.
Yeah, I mean, here it gets worse. I mean, okay, not only am I stupid enough to stay friends because I recently bought my Captain Save-A-Ho cape from eBay. I wanted to get my money's worth.
Oh boy.
So I'm at work, and at 5 a.m. she's texting me to ask me to prank call her ex-boyfriend and tell her that she died.
What?
Yeah. So
that's a vindictive.
Yeah.
So women, pranks about death and pranks about pregnancy, which is the same thing to a man, are unacceptable.
I obviously didn't do it. Cause I'm like, look, I'm not gonna help you be a dumbass. And she's like, fuck you, I hate you, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm like, okay, fine, goodbye. And then she's like, oh, why are you always trying to leave me?
Okay, but Louis, then this is what I like to call a symptom of a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, long story short, as I think we knocked out in our first podcast, I don't proselytize.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, if someone is interested in somebody that I know, or I'm a friend of a friend, I'll, open the door, but that's not proselytizing.
Yeah.
When I get usually if someone's going to send me somebody, they shoot me a quick text message or a call. Can I send you so-and-so? And I'll say, tell me a little bit about them. This is the type of girl I would say, nah, this isn't, I don't have a fit for her. Because this is a person who will create. Now, again, I haven't heard her side of the story. I want to make that so clear. I'm not forming an opinion taking into consideration that what you're saying is not scripture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's he said, she said, and then what actually happened.
Oh, I mean, here.
Hold on. I'm just saying for the sake of fairness, basing an opinion, hearing solely what you just said. Okay? So this is a person I would never take on as a client, because I hear right away, this is someone who will do silly things that are annoying, time consuming, cost money. She wastes time. She's a little bit full of shit. I don't have any dudes in my database that want to date women. They're here because they specifically don't want to deal with bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have the sense to know when to say, you know what? God, whatever the fuck I get out of this, it's not enough to put up with this kind of retarded, this kind of silliness, this bullshit. Girl, take a hike. You're cute, not cute enough to be a pain in my ass. Peace out, drop mic, walk back. Learn when to walk away. That starts you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. You need to say no. So everyone needs to have their bullshit threshold. Like, how much bullshit in a dating situation am I actually gonna allow? Once that threshold has been broken, you drop it like it's hot. And if you're smart, you can get to the bottom of this in under 10 encounters.
That's it. Mine is so low. My bullshit threshold is so low.
Mm-hmm.
So, Louis, do you think any one of these women, did you deem them the one?
Never. No.
Okay. Let's play this clip about the one.
Okay.
Hear it.
A serious question, like, what if you met somebody, or you met somebody, independent, and you just thought, you know what, this is the one, this is it. Like, what would you do then?
There are two things in here. One, if we met someone else, we just need to talk about that. That's kind of a range thing. And two, the one thing, that's sort of crap.
I mean, it is and it isn't, though. It is and it isn't.
Think about the odds. How many people are there in the world?
There's a lot. Very true.
Like, are you really sure there's one? Are we that fucked up that there's one? What if your one has died already? You're fucked.
I think he did.
Well, even worse, because necrophilia, I mean, you're not really bothering anyone if he's dead.
Right.
What if he isn't born yet? That's pedophilia. That's even worse than necrophilia.
I think God don't suffer from necrophilia.
Pedophilia is even worse than necrophilia. I think it's more harshly punished. I think so.
Because people got small minds.
What are we ranking philias?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're not,
I like
they're not
lizards.
cool ones.
I like lizard food.
We're ranking the worst of the philias.
All right.
I'm not even gonna hold you back on this one.
All right.
And go.
Okay, listen. Okay. Is there the one in the traditional Disney movie sense? I don't know. Shit, I've seen it happen. I mean, listen. The one is like, I think that there are several people that you could probably be compatible with and live a happy life, at different stages of time in your life. I don't believe that you could take just about anybody and for lack of a better expression, whip them into shape for you. There's gotta be, it's like at the end of the day, the universe is in charge. You know what I mean? Like, it's not meant to be with everybody. And then you meet that person that, I feel like this feeling is different than I've ever felt for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like,
I have a theory.
I don't know if you're going to feel that for everybody. Wouldn't that particular person, whether you explore that or not, okay? And I've had guys, ladies, I want to touch on something that so many of us cry about. we go on a date, a couple of them with a dude, and it's sparking and we're clicking, and like, you might even be making plans at a later date. You think you may have found boyfriend material. And then you get a text message or a phone call, and he's just like, you know, had a great time, whatever. And you're like, what? Did we go on the same date? What the fuck? It happens all the time. He knows you're special. He's not ready for you yet. Not ready. He's not ready for what the devotion to that is going to be. So he's leaving it be. He's dropping it. And like, I think from my assessment of this particular couple, he puts up with shit to stay with her, okay? Yeah, and part of the shit he puts up with allows him freedom to bang other women. However,
I want that so badly.
But if you take a look at it, she mentioned that she had been like this. The way this couple explained to us on the street that night was that she was technically here to see him, but whilst here anyway, hit up with some other people. As soon as that was brought up by her, he immediately got defensive because he feels like you're here to see me. Well, but she lives in Europe. You live in New Jersey. If you're in an open relationship, why is she not open to F whomever she wants whilst in town? Isn't that how an open relationship would work?
Yeah.
Well, the fact that he takes issue with it, I think speaks volumes of just how functional this open relationship actually is. Because I think she'd commit to someone. I swear to you, I brought her the right dude. Boom. Dun 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 dun.
She so did not believe.
And the dude is crying, Mrs. Robinson, while he's jerking off.
She so did not believe in the one, but I have to admit, after rehearing the clips, I do think she definitely led the relationship. Especially that she led the conversation. But he's from Jersey. He has to date whoever he can, because nobody wants to date people from Jersey. That's just...
Oh my God, no, he wants to go to New Jersey. Oh.
Yeah,
that's really his problem. I'm not putting it on the guy. I think the guy was great. I think the locale is his issue. And if some woman is flying over an ocean to visit him in Jersey and a chick in Brooklyn won't cross a bridge for it, you gotta go with the woman flying over the ocean. That's just what's gotta happen.
But again, she doesn't have to overly commit to this because like we saw in the interview, if she was going to bang somebody anyway, after I'm here to see you, I'm going to still do me. And she did. And as soon as it was discussed and that became a part of the conversation, he shut down and got mad. He blatantly said to her, I don't want to discuss it. Boom. In public, in front of strangers, motherfucker.
Oh boy!
I even try to snipe it.
And
you did.
Louis tried to lighten the mood for crying out loud, and he's like, nope.
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 You
like,
did.
This shit just keep funny.
In all fairness, he said that would be on her. That's up to her.
Well, he made the choice to fly with it, but wait a minute. She's here. She wants to bang other dudes, and now it's a problem. How come? Because he wants her to be married to him. That's why it's a problem.
Okay, so help me out, because I thought that was the ideal relationship.
No.
And I would love to figure out how to get into relationships where women would allow me to have sex with other women, because I always get pressured into marriage. Like, how do I...
Women want a nest. They want to be married to baby daddy.
I don't have no kids. I don't want that. I want what he has.
I mean, you could probably hook it up and run it more efficiently than he can.
Yep.
I mean, I have no idea where to find these people. I really don't. I have people have asked me this. No, dude, you are not the first. You certainly won't be the last to ask me these questions. I've had guys say to me, blah, 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 open marriage. Ding. I already know you're not my client. Not because I judge you. Shit, I don't care enough to judge you. You know what I mean?
That's not the purpose of what you do.
What I do, precisely. It's just not what I do. It's not that I judge you. It's just not what I do. You got to come to me when you're looking for something that's a little bit more sensible, because I'm dealing with a crop of guys and gals that actually want to have the family structure unit. You know, even if it's a gay couple, they're usually discussing, you know, I'd like someone I can adopt children with, or we can go to a surrogate. Like, these are people looking to build family, and they've seen on their own self and dating and their own experiences that doing it by themselves with Tinder or Grindr or OkCupid, whatever, isn't working. So that's when they come to me. You'd only come to me to build family. That's
okay.
basically it.
So when those when those online tools, let's just talk about online dating. How has internet dating really changed the game of dating? What's the best options out there, and what's the purpose?
Jesus.
I mean, the best options for me are whatever's free, because I refuse to pay for the dating service and then also pay for the date. Like I can't do both.
Yeah,
it's just something about it. I just can't do it.
I have a different philosophy
or whatever.
I have a different philosophy. Why should I pay to get rejected if I could get rejected for free to my face? It's like, you know, like there was this one chick on, like, last night, there was this one chick that liked my picture on OkCupid, and the only reason why she liked it is because she saw the laughing Buddha symbol in the back, and she liked that comedy club. No other reason. She wanted nothing to do with me.
I love Laughing Buddha here. For Love and Play, we are big supporters, so I would like their pictures anyway, but...
I'm just saying,
no, I hear
she just, like, she liked it like it was fake. I'm like, this isn't Facebook, sweetheart. I mean, you know, you click like, it's like, you know, you send out the thing that, you know, you're interested, and she was like, well, that's what you get for assuming.
Right,
Oh,
well...
wow.
Wait, but this is a dating site. You click like on my picture.
That's what I would think.
Well, let me ask you. I mean, okay, so explain exactly what happened one more time. I want to make sure I fully understand this before I just shoot off an opinion.
Okay, I got a notification on my phone. Someone liked you.
In a dating, wait a second. In a delegated group of, listen.
Yes.
In a delegated group in Facebook for dating. Yes
No. I'm talking about on OkCupid.
His picture is on OkCupid. This is a profile pic on OkCupid, a dating site.
A picture. Okay, I'm fully aware of OkCupid.
Okay.
So she liked a picture on your dating profile.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So that basically opened the door. There's no reason why she's the idiot here, not you. There's no reason why you would have assumed that she prefers the Laughing Buddha comedy, for Christ's sake, over you. She's the dum-dum here, not
And to be all fair, though, anytime you like a guy's pic on anything, we think you want the eggplant. If you double tap on Instagram, I think you want the eggplant. If you give me a thumbs up or reply to any of my posts on Facebook, I think you want the eggplant. That's just what guys do. We're idiots.
Yeah, but
in this particular case, though,
you were right.
Not an idiot. Louis was spot on, and she's the one who sucks. That's, this is a shame on her, not you. What a dumbass.
Yeah.
That is true.
One thing. Go like their page on Facebook. I love these people, but seriously, you told this boy you liked him, you dumbass. Continue.
One thing I hate about the profile pics, and this is, again, coming from the perspective of a man searching for a woman. Mm-hmm. If you have friends, other female friends, in your profile pictures, would you please stop? Because my whole intent at this point is to meet your more attractive friend on the picture, or the only reason you should have multiple friends in the picture is if you're down for multiplayer activities.
Yes.
Otherwise, you should be solo. If I gotta meet you on the one date and it's just you that shows up, then you should have only one person in the profile picture.
Oh, I've been on dates where, the chick had brought her mom, and they just totally ignored me, and I ended up just walking out on them and the check.
Wait. Somebody brought their mother on a date that you
date, and the dude walks out and makes your ass pay. We
need backstory on this. First, I need to know how the conversation kind of went. I just need the gist of the conversation online to set up the date, and then tell us about it.
Oh, no, this wasn't online. This was when I was 18. And,
okay.
Yeah, this is when I was 18. It was a chick that I went to high school with. And, we were talking, and I was like, wow, you're really pretty, let's hang out. I go, and, I go.
The date, right?
What?
She complied.
Yes.
Let's go on a date. Okay.
Yeah. So I go to pick her up, and her mother are there. So I say, hola, buenos días, señora, and she's like, hi, how you doing? And then we start going, and I notice the mom is coming with us. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, oh, my mom doesn't let me, she's just here to make sure nothing happens.
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right. I don't believe this. One, at 18, I feel it's completely
It's totally acceptable to go on a date.
right at 18. And then furthermore, Spanish? No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Y'all start dating at 12 and you get married at 14.
She's a Christian.
No, and you know what though? Hold on. Like,
Okay.
here's the thing.
All right.
I have children, and like obviously it's going to come to a point. Having a mom who's a matchmaker and a comic, I'm going to have to explain dating to them. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, it's like I'm your mom, not your homie. All right, like I'm comedian Yael Meisels out of the fucking house. In this house, I rule this land, yo. Do you understand? Okay. Like, no, I am not, being a Jewish mother, going to let a pair of 13-year-olds go to the movies unsupervised. Fuck that. No way.
Definitely not at 13.
16-year-old. No, not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. Sorry,
Yeah.
you're 13. You may be bar mitzvahed. You ain't a man to me, yo. Like, I'm still your mother. 13 years old, not a chance. 16, 17, 18, that's when you have to cut the cord a little bit, and your kid needs to start being a little bit of a person.
I completely agree. I also find it funny because I know for me and most boys, when we turn 13, we think we're grown. But Jewish people have proof. Like, how do they act in the household after that? Like, you really think that's grown? Like, I got a paper.
Shit, I will throw you an off the hinges bar mitzvah. I will make sure that we invite everyone we've ever met that's wealthy. I will hook that up. Don't you worry, your bar mitzvah is gonna be a fucking shebang. In this house, I'm your mom, and what I say goes, and that's it. Like, I have a responsibility to love you, support you, like, and train you how to be a functioning, successful adult. Like, not ride a back seat to your social life beyond when it's appropriate. Like, if you can't trust your 17-year-old kid going out with a girl, or their 16-year-old kid having a girlfriend, then what does that say about you as a parent and the type of participation you took in their upbringing?
I just feel like I missed a very exciting journey. If I had a bar mitzvah, I would use that in like my pickup lines. Being 13 and having that is kind of like being 16 and having a car. Like, you're just automatically the it kid. That's an amazing. Yeah, I feel like you're not playing the game well enough. You just
in
can't.
a Jewish school, everybody's having a bar mitzvah. That's not special.
You don't have to do just them. I'm talking to outside of all the other women, all the other like just 13-year-old girls that you want to hang out with. You just let them know, like, yo, I'm a man, and my family told me I'm one.
Well, she'd be like, I know, we got the invitation. We're going to see you Sunday.
Yeah. So anyway, we go to Dallas BBQs on 34th Street. Not to plug.
Did you get the Henny Wings? All right.
No. So, I'm trying to talk to her. I'm like, hey, so, where you going to college? And her mom just snaps her head. Is like, excuse me, we're talking. Don't interrupt.
Wow.
So after just finishing my burger, because, I'm not going to go home hungry, I, excused myself to the bathroom, which they didn't notice me. And I just said, screw it, I left. And that's when they decided to let me in on that conversation, when they were blowing up my phone.
That is crazy.
It's like, oh, a gentleman pays, a gentleman this, a gentleman that. And I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah, and a lady doesn't bring her fucking mom on a date. Next.
Unless the mom wants to date you as well. I feel like at 18 you couldn't parlay that, but at 30, it is perfectly acceptable for you to vet the mother and the daughter.
Yeah, that's absolutely absurd.
Well, guys, I definitely think I enjoyed our whole discussion. This was a very, as I said up top, it was going to be an exciting episode.
On a very special episode of For Love and Play, Keenan finds drugs on the playground.
Don't do drugs. I still keep my promise from Dare.
On a very special
Really?
For Love and Play.
I refused to participate in that shit in the 5th grade. I was like, listen,
You didn't do Dare?
Contract. I sat through the class because I had to, but like I wasn't shaking anybody's hand or making any promises. I was like, listen, you have no business asking me not to touch marijuana. Like, all signs point to that.
But the thing that you don't realize at the time, the guy running the Dare seminar was like the biggest hippie. You could just tell.
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
Oh my god.
You telling us to make this promise and you get high every day. You're out there picketing to legalize weed. And then we got this promise.
Mm-hmm.
I still have my Scout's honor, and I still have my Dare promise. Never broke.
Yep.
You see how committed I am, ladies? I never break promises.
That's hysterical. No, ours was ran by the city of Perth sent police officers in the classroom to tell us about.
Okay, you kids, you don't touch none of this fucking shit, or else you see this here nightstick, I'm gonna shove it up your ass.
I was like, what?
Sign the paper.
I wish I could find that paper again and just rip it up.
I need you. Well, actually, you're underage. That contract was non-binding. You're Jewish. You should know. Shit, what's wrong with you? Come on.
Exactly. Like, wait a minute. I'm 11 years old. This signature doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Where my your parents should have been there with with your uncle Marty Markowitz, attorney at law.
My mom was at the assembly. We had an assembly too. We got T-shirts. This shit was.
Yeah, don't be doing the heroin, because I can't be dealing with you with the heroin. Maybe do some cocaine just to get the fat around your ass off.
Jack, in the first, wait a sec, this is hysterical. In the first Dare seminar class we had during the first of the series of Before the Assembly, the police officers I will remember this till I die.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, when we went in to discuss with a group of 10th graders, 15-year-old students at Ferndale High School, where you're going to go to school, we asked a classroom to write down anonymously how many students had smoked marijuana. How many students do you think told us they smoked marijuana? It was out of 100 kids or something. So I shot my hand up, and I was 90. And everyone else was 2, 1, none. He was like, you got it. She got it. 80 cents out of 100 kids.
Yep. And that's how you knew that you would be able to judge people.
Commitment that I shouldn't smoke this. Fuck you. When 80% of the room says it's a good idea, it probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at how at that young age you already showed a talent to be able to judge people, and now
when I see it,
when you see it, you're on point. You're on point.
And I went to the assembly and got a T-shirt. They could not withhold my T-shirt, and by 7th grade, I edited that shit.
That is, I think that's a perfect place to wrap it up.
Yep.
You guys, anything to promote?
Yeah, actually, follow me on Facebook, Comedian Matchmaker, Yael Meisels. You can check out my stand-up on my SoundCloud page, which is Urban Humor YM. And if you want to see what I'm up to during the week, you are more than welcome to follow me on Instagram, Yael Meisels, one word. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and you can follow me on Facebook. It has all my social media all in one place. Go to facebook.com/LouisBComedy. And I also do my own personal live internet radio show called The Crotch Shot Radio Show. You can find me on Stitcher. You can find me on TuneIn Radio and iTunes. I do it live Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Just follow me on Twitter and you will find out when I'm doing it live. And yeah, I'm a psychopath. I don't pre-record. I put it out there.
Oh yeah, you're definitely bold. Well, I was just on the radio on FLO Radio Entertainment with Jim Gaffigan, so that'll be on the internet. You can check that out, and also stalk me. All my information is at www.KenanWeaver.com, KeenanWeaver.com. Everything else is there. Thank you guys for listening. Keep loving, keep playing.
Have a great night, guys. Take care.
Mahalo.